It's me. Who else would you be expecting to see? So without a hint of an explanation, you just catch me on the road, filled up with diesel, on my way over to Mossley to go and collect a car. I'm collecting a car to take to Blackpool. If I'm honest, I'm not really a fan of Blackpool. Not that there's anything to be ashamed of by admitting that. But it's just a bit too far away, it's windy today. So I'm just going to have a right good old moan all day, I reckon. You know that young lady that you see me with sometimes, the one that looks like she's got her hair from a copper refinery? She'd love to come to Blackpool with me, but she can't. When I first started doing these drives over to Mossley, I always wanted to get some footage of the drive on the way because there's lots of very lovely countryside. And now I'm not so bothered because I've seen it so often. And if you've seen my videos, you've seen them all the time, so it's pointless me doing it. Rover Revival's very own Chesney Hawks. Yep, there it is. Ready to go. Why is it known as the Unwise anyway? What's unwise about that?
Everything.
En route to Blackpool with the Unwise. I would probably just still call it a Streetwise, no matter what Craig says. On second thoughts, no, I wouldn't. I would still just call it a 25, because that's all it is really. A Rover 25 with a rather embarrassing nickname. That's just me though. I hate brands and I hate extra names for things when I can think that they're completely unnecessary. So if I had this car and somebody was to say, what kind of car have you got? I would say, I've got a Rover 25. But one of those with all the plastic bits of extra trim on it and the guards and the roof rails and things, you know. And they go, oh what, a Streetwise? Yeah, that's what some people call it. We've had quite a year for new words and horrible slogans and nasty jargon and stuff like that though. Like self-isolating, stay-at-home hero. That's disgusting. I am now on the M61. Bridington services. The M6. The time is now 11:45. Now, if I had a radio in my truck, 15 minutes, I may be tempted to switch it on to listen to some posh thug being condescending towards commoners. But I haven't. So Jeremy Vine's just going to have to bung up somebody else's ears. M55, that is the Blackpool motorway, so not particularly far off now, although I am considerably later than what I first told Kieran I would be there at. So I said I'd try and be there for about 11, and that's nearly an hour late. But it's not my fault. I didn't take into consideration the loading time and having to refuel, and it's impossible to go to Craig's without a little bit of old granny talk. And come to think of it, I might have said 1 o'clock, not 11. Well, that is the car dropped off, and no, I am not going to do a shot of Blackpool Tower, even though I very obviously could, because it's just over there, just beyond those houses. And the reason is, why do you need one? Everyone's seen Blackpool Tower. Anyone can just search Blackpool Tower and it's there. Everybody knows what it looks like. Probably everyone in Britain has got a photograph of Blackpool Tower on their computer or on their phone or on their Facebook. So there's no need for me to join in as well. Alright. The last time I came to Blackpool was when I delivered my own Rover Coupe to a bodywork specialist called Alan, who's restoring it currently. And he told me that around Blackpool there are loads and loads of Rovers. And I've got to say, I've seen about 4, which is quite good going actually. Cows! Now Kieran's really excelled himself. He said he'd get me a beer when I come up here, which is great, but he hasn't. He's bought me 7 beers in a bag. That's Brillogs, that is, and a box of tea bags as well. So I'm going to mention Kieran, his name, Kieran. Thank you, Kieran, thank you. Thanks. Look at this truck in front. It's quite big, isn't it? You can't really miss it. We have to get quite close to read the sign on the back, just to the beacon there, that says, caution, rear swing. If you can read that, you're going to notice that the truck's actually in your way. If that truck's not big enough for you to spot, how are you going to see that little sign? That's what I want to know. And now look, I am back in the yard with my things going on.